Happy holidays, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like I got my lump of coal in my stocking early this year because I just had to suffer through another episode of Naruto Shippuden. An episode which is still going over the entire Infinite Tsukiyomi story inside Tsunade's dream while she reads a book which was originally about Naruto, then became about Sasuke, and now it's all about Sasuke leaving the village and joining Orochimaru. You know what really annoys me about this episode is that it doesn't matter if things were really good and happy in the village of Konoha. If everyone was alive, if Sasuke's family was alive, Itachi was still around, it doesn't matter. Sasuke is still an insufferable little asshole because he has this big rivalry with Naruto, and he just wants power. All he wants to do is one-up Naruto, be recognized by his father, so that he can be on the same footing as Itachi. And how does he do it? He goes to train with frickin' Michael Orochimaru Jackson. That's right. That's pretty much the bulk of this week's episode. But really, there were some interesting things about this one. First, we finally get to see Sasuke taking control of the Konoha police force, and of course, just like in modern times, he is definitely abusing his power. Basically just installing fear in all of the citizens and making them completely batshit scared of the Konoha police. Some of them even go as far as to picking on little old ladies. Luckily, Naruto decides to show up, and he's all like, fuck the police, I'm not gonna deal with this, and he has this little confrontation with Sasuke, which unfortunately doesn't really go anywhere. And what's really funny is it seems like the only thing that even makes Sasuke happy in this episode is his weird little dog Shiro, who happens to have the same eyes as Rock Lee. Rather than beat a reindeer to death, I just want to say that this was not exactly the greatest episode of Naruto Shippuden, but then again, the last couple of Infinite Tsukiyomi stories haven't exactly been that great, in particular this whole little Jiraiya story, which frankly is starting to get a little old. That being said though, if you are a hardcore Naruto fan, maybe you should check out this episode, if only to see a what-if scenario. What I will say is this episode is completely skippable, as since it is a what-if scenario, you don't have to watch it at all. It won't have any bearing on the rest of the story whatsoever, and if anything, I honestly think it just paints Sasuke in a really bad light. Just like Darth Vader from Star Wars, I always felt that there was a little bit of light or goodness in the character, and none of that is even coming out right here, and it's really surprising because he's in a situation where he already does have a little bit of authority and power, he still has all of his friends in the village. You'd think he'd be a little happier. He's not. If anything, he's more insufferable, pissed off, and angry than he is in the actual series where his family gets killed. So, not exactly the episode I was looking for. In many ways, I was kind of hoping they would take a break, because I really didn't want to have to review this episode today. I'm sitting here talking about a crappy episode of Naruto Shippuden on Christmas Eve. I should be hanging out with my family, eating chocolate and sausage balls and getting fat and having a good day, but I'm going to have to wait for that a little later. What I will say is, if you're a hardcore Naruto fan, check out this week's episode. Otherwise, you can completely skip it. What's the rundown on this episode? It sucks. I don't even think Krampus would like it. So I'm going to give this episode right here a 2 out of 5. It had some decent moments. I like seeing the return of Danzo despite the fact that he didn't really do anything. Just sort of an okay episode of Naruto Shippuden, and it looks like we're just going to have to wait a little bit longer before we get to the final part of the story. We also have an Itachi special, which is going to be coming up in spring, which looks like it might actually be kind of cool. I'm sure it's going to be more interesting than this Infinite Tsukiyomi story. So, there it is. That's my thoughts on this week's episode. It sucked major reindeer balls. But that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts about this week's episode of Naruto Shippuden. Did you watch it? Did you like it? Did you have a favorite scene? What do you think about Sasuke deciding to join Orochimaru, even though things are still a little bit better for him in this dream world, the Infinite Tsukiyomi? And what do you want to see from the rest of the Infinite Tsukiyomi stories and the rest of the Naruto Shippuden anime series? Please tell me in the comments section below. Thank you guys for watching this review. Make sure to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. I wish you, your friends, and your loved ones a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, Merry Christmas, baby!